Welcome to the Innovation World Young Collaborators Podcast Series. My name is Arn Bother and I'm 15 years old. I live in Aurora, Illinois in the United States of America. On this episode of the podcast, we're exploring the fight against littering and waste management with a very special guest, Sarra Baldeh. Sarra is the vice president and co-founder of the Jama Youth organization, a youth-led group in the Gambia, Africa, working to promote environmental sustainability through community cleanups and sanitation education. Today, he'll be sharing more about himself, the work of Jama Youth, and how young people are leading the change for a cleaner future. Sarra, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you once again, brother. Once again, I am Sarah, the Vice President of Jama Youth Organization, as he made rightly mentioned. I am also the in-country ambassador for wonders of this place, climate education. I am also working in government as a regional food safety coordinator in the Mansakonko administrative area in the Gambia. And then I have a bachelor's in public and environmental health, and I have been a public inspector briefly after my undergraduate programs at the University of the Gambia, serving at the Banjul International Airport shortly before joining the Food Safety and Quality Authority of the Gambia. Thank you.
That's a lot. You're doing a lot for your community, so that's great. And thank you for introducing yourself. So I guess we'll jump right into the questions. Could you tell us what issue you're tackling in the Gambia and what are the main causes of this issue that you found?
Yeah, in the Gambia, we are having a challenge that is waste management. And then, we want to address it as a youth organization. And then this challenge is waste, indiscriminate dumping or littering of waste and poor waste management. And the main causes of these problems is as a result of inadequate public awareness on solid waste. And then we can say also high population pressure. And because communities like West Coast is getting bigger, like places like Birkama, they are getting bigger. So when the population is getting higher, people generate a lot of waste. And then we also have inadequate equipment for waste collections and disposal, and then lack of appropriate disposal facilities, and then low capacity of waste collection staff. These are problems that are definitely the issues that we are faced with as a country.
Yeah, and I think the combination of like the population increasing and just that poor waste mismanagement, it can be really bad for the environment. So I think that's a very important issue that you've picked up on. So have you noticed any big obstacles that are preventing this proper waste management that you faced in your community?
Yeah, there are obstacles that are facing preventing this. As a result of insufficient funding, is also causing one of the problems. And then we also have this inadequate public awareness on solid waste. And then some people feel like eating and then they don't take responsibility or putting it in the sanitary bins, even they see the sanitary bins. This is a problem. And then we also have the low capacity of waste collection staff. The waste collection staff, most of them who are employed in the Gambia, because the job is not very much attractive, is those people that did not have any other option, so they go in for that job. And then we are also the other challenges that could be is the lack of appropriate waste disposal facilities could be other problems that are definitely part of the challenges that are causing these problems.
I see. There's a lot. And that public awareness component is something that I think is prevalent in a lot of issues. So that's very important that you're addressing. So could you tell us a little bit about how your organization, the Jama Youth organization, works to tackle these issues?
Yeah, the Jama Youth organization definitely want to tackle these issues by working with municipalities or local government bodies in the Gambia, and through a program called a community sanitation program. And this program could lead to a resilient city. And then we also want to use this program as a form of creating employment for young, talented individuals. And then this program will be designed in a way to build capacity of individuals, waste collectors. And then the other issue is like we want to use this sanitation waste program to create employment, to reduce the poverty gap, and also address irregular migration, because you can see in the Gambia there are a lot of young people that used through the Red Sea to Europe, and then some of them are subjected to torture or perish through the sea. And these are all challenges that we definitely want to use this innovation, the sanitary education program, to not only like address the waste management problem, but also address irregular migration in another way also, by creating jobs that are attractive to retain young people locally. And then the other thing is like to reduce crime, because when people are not employed, crimes increase. And we also want to use this and in another way of trying to support the economy and also promote public health and development. These are the idea behind the sanitation education program.
That's very amazing. I like how you're not only helping the environment, but you're tackling all of these different issues like migration, the economy, crime. I think that's a really great idea. So your organization runs cleanup events like you mentioned. Can you explain how these work and what kind of impact they've had?
Yeah. Yes, these cleanup events, like when we want to like organize a cleanup event, we normally write to the municipality. There are different municipalities in the country. So we will write to one of the municipalities that we want to work with for this particular month. And when they give us a response, we will now start communicating and trying to prepare for the event. Sometimes we do invite individuals, organizations, like even institutions like the National Disaster Management Agency, and then other institutions like the National Environmental Agency. We have other government institutions that we sometimes write, because why we are doing this, we want to enlighten people. Look, this is our own responsibility. It is the responsibility of every individual to take a part. Though it doesn't be like you should be part of the organization or part of a particular institution in order to be here. But this is a problem that we should all come together to address it, together. And then most of the times when we want to conduct these events, we always organize it using a team, like teams like Clean Up Gambia movement. Clean Up Gambia movement is trying to engage each and every individual residing in the Gambia to take a responsibility in protecting and cleaning our environment. And the other one is sanitation. Sanitation is life. Stay clean and stay healthy. We're trying to inform the people, both in the adolescent and the adults and the kids. Like, look, if we live in a very healthy environment, then it must be clean in order for us to live a very healthy environment. So if our environment is clean, we can be healthy. It can prevent disease of environmental origin. These are all problems. And the last event in Banjul at the main city, we had an event called, the theme was, what can you do for your country? It is around to engage people to think about in what way they can give back to their country. These are some of the themes that we use during our cleanup event to raise awareness to individuals and communities at large.
That's amazing. I really love all the different types of events you've done and all the people you've partnered with. And the idea behind them is also just amazing about raising awareness. So I know you've kind of already touched on this, but you've mentioned your sanitation education program for children. Can you tell us a little bit more about what that program looks like and why you think it's important?
Yeah, thank you. Our sanitation education program is designed for children of school-going age. And then the idea behind the sanitation education program, because we realize that the waste management problem is sometimes one of the reasons is inadequate public awareness. So how can we address this challenge? Is why we grab them young. In grabbing them young or catch them young, it's time to instill in the mind of the young people that, look, keep indiscriminately dumping waste can have impact on human health. So it may even affect you or somebody out there. So why should we dispose waste indiscriminately? So it's not a good practice. So what can we do is, like, when we have waste papers, we should put them in the bin. The idea of the trash bin is for us to put something there, not for decoration. So these are some of the problems that we use. And then this sanitation education program is definitely also designed to promote environmental sustainability and protection. And then the idea also behind this is also trying to encourage kids to take ownership of the environment at a younger age, without using enforcement. And recently, we also came up with another idea for using artistic element in our program. Because we wanted to straighten the program, because we believe if you use artistic element like poetry, song, and the recent song that we have already is called Let's Save the Art. Let's Save the Art. And these are things that we definitely want to use, definitely to make kids to be in love with protecting or keeping our environment clean. Those are some of the things that definitely we're working with. And then we are hoping that it may not have like the we may not have everything that we want as of now, but in the future, we will address this problem. This problem will not be, in fact, this is not going to be a problem in the future, as we definitely, the way we are planning things to, with my committed team, we are definitely believe, we are optimistic that we can definitely make significant impact in the life of young children across the Gambia.
That's very inspiring. I think the idea of like education is very important because I've seen it all around the world, even in my own community. A lot of people are unaware about this issue. So I think that your climate education that's targeted at young kids will be really helpful because it's starting to inspire the future generations. So now that you've mentioned a little bit about your organization and what you do, could you tell us a little bit about what led you to get involved in combating this issue in the first place?
Yeah, like as I am as a youth innovator and a youth volunteer, and then I have an interest also in working to solve community challenges that are to be involved in solving problems that are considered as challenges in our communities. And then I am in love with food safety as a food safety regional coordinator. But before joining the authority, I was in another area. But I'm somebody who is definitely interested in food safety. This is one of the reasons that led me to be part of the authority. And then my love for food safety, seeing knowing food safety as a component of environmental health, really motivate me to be part of the fight. Because when our environment is clean, our foods are being protected. Because our foods are coming from the markets. So if the markets are not clean, definitely you will not expect safe food from the markets. So these are some of the things definitely really motivated me. And I also said, like, when our environments are clean, it mitigates disasters. And then also disasters like flooding, it promotes public health, and it leads to a resilient city. So this joining all these together, interest for food safety, to mitigate disaster, and promote public health, really motivated me to be part of this fight against illegal dumping or littering.
I really like that because yeah, like the environment is the root. Like if the environment is clean and healthy, then our food will be clean, we'll be mitigating public disasters, and our public health will be better. So I really like that thinking. So can you tell us a little bit about what kind of response your efforts have received from the community, and are people generally supportive of your efforts?
Yeah. Our events, to be candid, when we do our events, we definitely receive positive response from the community. Like sometimes even the market vendors, sometimes we do most of this to most populated areas like the market vendors, where definitely the place need to be clean. So during our events, you see the response from the public. You realize these people really appreciate the effort that these young people are doing, because you see, majority of these kids are going. Majority of the members are children of school going age, either a junior school, senior school, university, college. That's it. You have only few of us that are working. So, but majority of the organization, those people are definitely into, going schools as of now. Yes, but definitely we are definitely having a positive feedback from individual. In fact, some of our events, last event, were sponsored by one of the clinic called the Uzun Medical Clinic in Brikama. And it is owned by one of our members who provide those protective masks and other clean materials. And we have another also Gambian in Canada. He also was so much interested. Mr. Lamin Jaju was definitely very interested about what we are doing in the Gambia. What he saw, what we are doing in Gambia, was definitely interested in supporting the JYO achieve its dream.
It's very good. Positive community support and all of these different partnerships are very important. So I'm glad that you've had good support. Can you tell us now on the flip side about some challenges that you face in growing your impact and how you currently sustain your work?
Yeah. Definitely, as an organization, until you face with challenges. However, our own challenges, one of the biggest obstacle is funding challenges. But we are managing, because for us, definitely, we set up the organization, not only people to come and fund us, but we had a dream of addressing a challenge. So saying we don't have funding should not be the reason that should stop us from doing our work. So we do what is called, we came up with the idea called membership contribution. And then this membership contribution is like, it's one of the reasons, what is a way that give funding for us to carry out our activities. So definitely we don't have other source of funding apart from maybe membership contribution or kind-hearted individual that supported. But there is no other source of fund apart from the membership contribution and then kind-hearted support that definitely we used to have from some kind-hearted individuals to keep this role.
I see. Yeah, it's pretty bad that you're funding, that's always a big challenge for all of these different organizations. But I'm glad that you're still able to like move forward and work past that because you're inspired and you have a goal. So I know you have some big plans for the future, including programs to create jobs for young people, as you've mentioned. Can you tell us a little bit more about what your vision looks like for the future?
Yeah, with the team I am having as in the Jama Youth organization, I am optimistic that the Jama Youth organization future will be great, because the dream is not always to have just an exemplary organization locally, but our dream is to have a youth network that is an exemplary around the globe. That is definitely the dream we have as a team, and we are definitely ready to work to make sure that in 5 years to come, you see JYO as a different JYO that gives sponsorship to events like this. Thank you.
That's very good. So I wish you all the best for that in the
Thanks.
future. And then you have a goal to tie in or to introduce agricultural science education and vegetable gardening into your program. Can you tell us a little bit about how that ties into your work and what you're planning to do with that?
Yes, JYO is a dynamic youth network. As I told you, you have agricultural science teachers, you have nurses, you have public health, you have the military, you have police officers, different individuals, and you have students. So, looking at the JYO, our address is not only focused on addressing societal problems, just like addressing environmental sanitation only. It's not limited to addressing for environmental sanitation only, but we have a dream of addressing issues that are seen as a challenge in the society. And then employment is one of the issues that is as a challenge in the country. That is one of the reasons I am telling you is leading to irregular migration. The other option is as a result of that, the jobs, some people are going for migration. It's not that they don't have the job, but the wages are not attractive. So what we come to realize, I knew most of even the vegetable that we grow, we eat here are important. So what we discuss with our team is like, look, we can create employment by creating a vegetable garden. And we can promote agricultural science education, because most of the schools, they just teach theory. There's no practical area to do the practice. So the idea is like, since we have some students or teachers who are agricultural trained, they can manage that vegetable gardening to design it, to run it as a center of excellence to promote agricultural science education in the Gambia, where students can go and do their practice, and it will also create employment for young people, and will also promote agricultural science education, and will also reduce crime, and it will also address irregular migration, also help in supporting the sanitation education program. This is definitely the programs that definitely we are designing, and we hope it will work smoothly, and we definitely provide a conducive environment for young people.
I really like that idea again with how you're giving them practical experience, you're giving them jobs, you're helping the economy, irregular migration. So I think that's great. So I wish you all the best for that program as well. And now that you have so much experience running this organization and doing all of this, what do you think other communities or countries from around the world can learn about from your approach to waste management?
Yeah, as a it is not only on countries, even in our country, the institutions that are regulating environmental sanitation, I believe they should learn that it is definitely people take ownership of the environment when you don't use force. And for us, is what we want to use is to instill in the people to take ownership using fun. Like people love doing it. So if people are not forced keeping our environment clean, they love doing it, and they will definitely do it even somebody did not tell them. So this is the idea. It's like, let's try and instill in the mind of the people to take responsibility on the environment in a way that goes with fun, without using force. That's what definitely method we are using.
Yes, I really like that because forcing people is not a great way to like build that and instill those values for the future. So I'm sure that a lot of people can learn from that idea and apply it in their own communities. And for those listening, I'm sure they've really loved hearing about your work. Is there any way that they can support your mission? How can they help you?
Yeah, we will be glad if you can receive support from any individuals, like even stating our education program. It's not the support we need is not only financial support, even technical support. We for us, we just want to have an organization that is definitely productive to the people. It is not just an organization that is running for fun. What we need is, if people are there, definitely believe they can definitely add value to our organization, they are welcome. We definitely need them to come and support us during even our sanitation education program. You can have some individual that can come and straighten, make it better for us, and then even in the poetry. So these are some of the things that we need. Anybody who can definitely support in any way possible to make sure that we advance our impact in the community, they are highly welcome.
Yes, that's great. And for anyone listening who wants to help, you can read the global story that will be published about Sarra and his work. And there'll be links and different ways that you can help get involved. And before we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners? Any last note that you'd like to leave them with?
Yeah, I am saying thank you to the listeners for definitely taking your time to listen to our these programs, and I would be glad to share with the listeners that my organization celebrate Julie and Jake. These are great people that the Glow need to celebrate, because they don't limit themselves only in the US. Because I have been doing programs with them, so and I meet with people around the globe, and they are promoting youth innovation. Give us courage. So we, Jama Youth Organization, all of us see Julie and Jake as our mentors, because definitely we learn so many things that definitely we are doing, but it definitely motivates us because of the meetings that we used to have with them. And definitely I learned so many things that definitely I am definitely impacting in my organization through these great individuals. And I believe, and I am requesting the Glow to join us in celebrating these wonderful people. Thank you.
That's amazing. Thank you. And I really do agree. All of the work that you're doing, Julie and Jake, and everything that we do here at Innovation World is just great work. And I'm really proud of everything we've been able to accomplish. So I really
Thanks.
enjoyed listening to your work. So thank you so much for sharing with us today. Anyone listening can learn more about this program and others by visiting innovationworld.org. Thank you for joining the Innovation World Young Collaborator Podcast Series. See you next time.
Thank you. Thank you.